going on, everybody? It's your boy TerranceDraws coming back at it again with another video. Now, I've been sitting on this idea for a couple days, and I figured I might as well go ahead and do it. And I'm going to be doing this voiceover to Terrifier's Art the Clown and Chucky. Since we are at the end of October, a couple days away from Halloween, I figured why not? And yeah, like the sticker says, go ahead and subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you don't miss nothing. So let's get into it. Today, I wanted to touch on a topic that a lot of us are dealing with right now, and that would be striving to be a full-time artist while working a job. Now, before we really get deep into this, please listen to what I say and form your own opinions. Don't just take what I say and run with it. And also remember that I am speaking from my own personal experience and viewpoints. I'm well aware that we need to do what we need to do before we can do what we want to do. But man, after a while, that really does hold down your creativity. It feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again every day, 5 days a week with 2 days of rest. And side note, I'm very grateful for every opportunity I've had, even with the previous places, and especially the one now. Like, I'm very thankful. But I'm really just speaking in general. And I'm not trying to sound like one of those ancient monks when I say this, but it just feels like after a while, like your spirit kind of dies. When that happens, it gets even harder to tap into your creativity, which, now thinking about it, in its own right could cause art block. It really very much reminds me of school, if we're being honest. And I haven't been out of school but for only 3 years. I felt like I had to water myself down, really from a social and environmental standpoint, in both situations. For school, I would say it's more so like, hey, stop drawing in class, you got an assignment, or simply feeling like all your free time is being eaten up by schoolwork, by projects, by homework, and whatnot. And now it just feels like all my creativity, all the energy I have to be creative is being used to work for somebody else, to pitch into someone else's purpose or vision. Side note, this video is really just an elongated tangent, and I know at least one of y'all is gonna be able to relate. So hey, slight hypothesis about myself, I honestly feel like I'm a free spirit. And as corny as that sounds, like, oh, you sound like everybody on this new age woo-woo stuff, I really feel like that's what I might be. Like, I don't like to use labels on myself, but it's like I need something to go off of, and I really feel like that word is just really the closest I can get. Because as a kid, I've never been able to get behind the idea of somebody telling you where to be at a certain time, like where to sit, what to do, how to do it, when you can go use the restroom, when you can go eat, when you can go home. It's just like there's always somebody to answer or report to, you know? And in that position, you're really powerless because you never know if that person that's quote unquote in charge of you has a character that exploits that position that they are in over somebody else. And I definitely feel like I've been at places like that before. Also, environments matter a lot, especially to creatives. And another theory of mine, I really feel like creatives, artists, musicians, everybody, like they're more energetically empathetic or more energetically sensitive. What am I getting at? Well, everybody or every job has that coworker or group of people that do nothing but complain or just talk about how much that they don't want to be there. And you know, and it's like every day you hear that over and over again, and it starts to rub off on you, no matter how positive of a person you think you are, or just the coworker that's had a bad day and decides to make it everybody else's problem, you know. And sometimes, depending on the job, depending on the situation, you may not always be able to get away from the person or the group. So you kind of got to just thug it through for them hours. And out of my many jobs that I've had, there seems to always be that person. You just can't get away from it, honestly. There's no escaping. You can't get away from it. And of course, the dreaded close to open shift. It's basically where you got to close the store. You leave like really late at night, and then you got to wake up really early in the morning just to come back. It's like, well, I might as well have slept over. Might as well have spent the night. Which should, quite frankly, honestly be a crime. And it sucks because I get home, it's like I be wanting to draw, I be wanting to create, and then it's like, oh wait, I can't. I gotta get ready for work in the morning. So, you know what I'm saying? Can't stay up. Which knowing me, if y'all know me, bro, that don't stop nothing. Like, I don't got no sleep schedule to begin with. I end up staying up late anyway, frying my sleep schedule. Which, honestly, doesn't any real artist have a sleep schedule? We getting off topic, but honestly, I feel like it puts me at a catch-22 in that specific situation. I'm either A, forced to wind down, get ready for bed, you know what I'm saying, get ready for work. 0 drawing gets done. Or I stay up late and draw, you know what I'm saying, and then I'm at work nodding off, walking through the lanes like I'm a zombie. And then you have other places where the pay is good. You know, you have no real reason to complain. It's like they treat you well, but deep down you just feel like you made for so much more, you know. And I'm not trying to be cliche when I say that, but it's just like, bro. Perfect example, the last place I was at, I was ringing a lady up and she saw one of my pen drawings I did like on a slip of paper. Like, I got bored. It was a slow day. She asked me if I drew it. I tell her yes, of course. And she asked me, if you drawing like that, then what you doing here? And that small question just reignited that whole thought process I had before. And can we please talk about how inspired you get? How many ideas that flood into your head when you're at work? Like, oh my goodness, it makes 0 sense. And it's like when you get home, you're like, damn, what was I gonna draw again? What did I think about again? And I don't know about y'all, but for me personally, if I don't drop what I'm doing and immediately start fumbling for my phone and rush to the notes app to write down whatever, then that idea is lost forever. And it kills me how many ideas I've let fall to the wayside, bro. And on this part, this probably just might be for me, but I get really upset at myself when I let a really extended period of time go without drawing or without creating anything. Like, say if I don't draw for a day, I'm gonna get in my head about it. I'll be like, man, why you ain't draw? Like, you lazy, you ain't do nothing. But during the working week, those thoughts are amplified because it's like at that point you're gonna be at your job more than you are at home, so you're gonna have less time or less free time on your hands, of course. So that said, as somebody who is trying to make this YouTube thing work, make this art thing work, you know what I'm saying, I feel like all my free time is important. And it's gotten to the point where I feel like I don't allow myself to be a human anymore. It's like, bro, like, you're not a disgrace to your family for taking one rest day. I really think I fell victim to that hustle culture, especially being in this generation. You know how we always try to make each other feel bad for doing something or for not doing something. And in this case and standpoint, it would be taking a break or just whenever you feel like you're about to burn out. And that's something that I'm really trying to implement as I'm getting older and as I improve as an artist. Because it's like, me personally, I can look at certain pieces that I did over the years and I can tell which one I rushed to get to the end product of and which ones I took my time on. It's almost like I'm bargaining with myself. It's like, okay, I can force all of this stuff to get done in one sitting, rush through it. It's not going to look as good, but it's going to be done. I'm going to get it done faster. Or I can resume this tomorrow when my creative juices are rejuvenated. And honestly, this will probably be the last one, but really, I'm working through what I call a limiting fear or limiting belief, which was that artists don't normally make a lot of money, or I'm going to be a starving artist if I choose this path, that I'm going to need a real job. And this is all stuff I heard growing up, you know what I'm saying? Me being like a little teenager, I'm telling my mom and dad, I'm like, man, I ain't going to work no real job. I ain't going to never. And look at me now, working a real job. And honestly, the older I'm getting, the more I'm realizing that they didn't mean any harm by saying that. They weren't trying to rain on my parade. They weren't trying to push fear onto me. But it took me many, many years to finally learn that. Now that I learned that, I'm realizing, like, okay. And the way this economy is set up, right? It's like, okay, I'm understanding it now. But I still got dreams. I still got aspirations. I know y'all do too. I know y'all not trying to push carts, flip burgers, stock stuff, like whatever y'all do. We, not y'all. We, not y'all. And guys, we've reached the end of the video. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of chatting on this one, but please let me know if this related to you in any way, shape, fashion, form. Until next time, this has been TerranceDraws. Peace.